In this class, we shall learn what is electric dipole. Okay. So, what is electric dipole? Electric dipole. There are 2 points we have to consider for electric dipole. Number one is two unlike charges are separated. Two unlike charges are separated by distance. Separated by distance. This is number one, first point. And number two, the second point is electric dipole is numerically equal to electric dipole moment. Dipole moment is denoted with P is numerically equal to the product of magnitude of charge and distance between them, okay. So we can write as P is equal to QD. P is equal to QD. This is called as the electric dipole. Okay, electric means nothing but this is something related to electricity. Di means two, pole means charges. So this is one charge, it is separated by distance. This is another charge, it is separated by distance D. This is plus Q, this is minus Q. We are taking magnitude of either of the charges, any of the charge, and the distance between them is taken to calculate the electric dipole moment. Okay. Right, next. So next, we shall do one problem based on this one, right? There are three charges given, plus Q, comma minus 2Q, comma plus Q. These three charges are arranged on x-axis and y-axis like this. Suppose this is x-axis and y-axis. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is z-axis. Three axes are there at the center, that is origin. At the origin, minus 2Q is placed, and at a distance of A units, plus Q is placed, and again at the distance of A units, another plus Q is placed. Okay. So now he is asking the resultant of dipole, net dipole. He is asking P net. Net dipole is equal to how much? So first we calculate the dipole moment along y-axis, and we'll calculate the dipole moment along x-axis, and then we get the dipole moment, net dipole moment is equal to under root of px square plus py square. We will get the dipole moment, net dipole moment. Like this we are going to calculate. Okay, right. Next, where this dipole moment exists means I am extending these lines. I am extending this line, this point. They both meet at one point. This is going to be the resultant dipole moment at a comma 0 point. At a comma 0 point. Because this is a origin, z-axis origin, so a comma 0 we will get, right? So this is the point where we are going to find out. So first of all, the dipole moment along y-axis is equal to how much it will be. Here minus 2q is there, so we can write this minus 2q as minus q, right? It is a minus q, minus q plus minus q. We can write like this. Okay, this is equal to minus q plus minus q. Minus q plus minus q means one q can be taken by this along y-axis and one minus q can be taken along x-axis. Because to get the dipole moment means always two unlike charges of same magnitude. Two unlike charges of same magnitude must be placed. So we can write the dipole moment between plus q and minus q. What we get here? So the magnitude q into the distance is a. So qa is the dipole moment along y-axis. Similarly, px is equal to qa is the dipole moment along x-axis. Now p net we have to find. So p net must be equal to square root of qa square plus qa square. This is equal to root over 2q square a square. That is nothing but p net. Okay. So this is equal to how much? This is equal to nothing but p net is equal to root 2 into qa. Root 2 into qa. At what point the resultant is acting? The resultant is acting from 0, 0 to a comma 0 up to this point. The resultant dipole moment is acting. Okay, the resultant dipole moment is acting between these 2 points. Like this, you can solve this question. Whenever a question regarding dipole moment is given, we can clarify like this. Next thing is another question of same on dipole moment. Next, there is a charge that we have to find the there are two charges on either of points of the line. That is 16th one we are going to deal with this. Two charges are there, that is plus q and another q. Two equivalent charges are there. And how they are placed? here they are separated by a distance A means totally they are separated by a distance 2A. They are separated by a distance 2A, and at a distance R on the equatorial line. This is called equatorial line, which is perpendicular bisector for the line joining Q and Q. Okay, for the line joining Q and Q, here this is the equatorial line, and is going to create a dipole. So 1 plus Q, 1 minus Q. We have to take, as it is going to represent a dipole. So next, the distance on the equatorial line is R for that point. At this particular point, we are going to find out the dipole moment. Okay. So here, what is the electric field at this point? He is asking. What he is asking in the question. What is the electric field at this point on the equatorial line? This is the question. Okay. So how to find this electric field now? And electric field is proportional to what? Then he is also going to ask in the question. So first of all, we shall write the formula for electric field. Electric field formula is, what is the formula for electric field actually? We know that electric field formula is KQ by R square, where K is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. So this is the formula we already know. And dipole moment means P is equal to Q D, distance. Okay. So here the distance is, this is A, this is R, this is right angle triangle. So this one is R square plus A square, root over R square plus A square. So this is Q into R square plus A square. This is the distance. Okay, this is the distance for us, right? Okay. Next, I want only Q. Q means what we can write, P upon root over R square plus A square. And this is the value of Q. After you know the value of Q, you can substitute in this case. Here R square, in the place of this R square, we can write here, this is D square. Okay. So D square is equal to root over R square plus A square whole square, that is. So what you will get, D square is equal to, this square and root get cancelled, you will get R square plus A square. D square is equal to R square plus A square. Now you get this E value, what you will get, E is equal to 1 by, that is K into Q value, what we got, P upon root over R square plus A square into R square plus A square. This is the value we got, right? So this is in the form of root x and x. If your root x is multiplied with x, what happened? X power 1 by 2 into x power 1. So that is equal to x power 1 by 2 plus 1. So that is equal to x power 3 by 2. X power 3 by 2. Okay. So like this, here also root R square plus A square into R square plus A square is there. So what we will get here, ultimately we get E is equal to K into P upon R square plus A square whole to the power of 3 by 2. And if R is far greater than A, then A is equal to 0 we can put. We can put A is equal to 0. So you put A is equal to 0 in this will become 0. So E is equal to some constant into P by R square whole power 3 by 2. And 2 get cancelled. Then what we get here? What we get here finally, E is equal to K into P upon R cube. That means E is inversely proportional to R cube. This is the value we got. Okay. And is directly proportional to P. E is directly proportional to P, inversely proportional to R. It is directly proportional to inversely proportional to R. This value we got. Okay. Right. Next. Okay. Next. See, if you know momentum and electric field, how to find the torque? That is the question here. So, torque is equal to how much? This is the question. You know dipole moment is equal to P, and electric field intensity or strength is equal to E. So you know E and you know P, then how to find torque? Torque, it is denoted with the letter tau. Okay, torque tau. So now basically we know one formula, that is torque tau is equal to R cross F. This is actually right. So this is length, right? So I am dividing and multiplying Q on here. I am dividing and multiplying Q. So what I get is R dot Q cross F divided by Q. So F by Q is E. E is equal to force per charge, and P is equal to R dot Q. So from this we get tau is equal to P cross E. This is our formula. When you know the dipole moment and when you know the electric field, we can calculate the torque. That is tau bar is equal to P cross E. Okay. So like this we can calculate. Next we shall do some problem regarding this. In the question it is given that in the question what is given? Torque angle is given. So we can write one more formula based on this one. Torque tau is equal to P magnitude E magnitude sin 30, sin theta also we can write. This is the formula for this one, right? Into the unit vector perpendicular to the plane also we can take. So tau is equal to PE sin theta also you will get. This is one formula. When angle is given, we have to use this formula. Okay? Right. Right. So now he has given angle in the 17th question. If you see, he has given angle is equal to 30 degrees here. Okay, and what else given? P is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per Coulomb given, and dipole moment length is given. So that length is nothing but what he said, 2 centimeters given. Okay, and what given? Torque is also given. Torque tau is equal to 4 Newton meter given. Now he is asking us to find out the charge. Charge is equal to how much he is asking. So we know that from the formula tau is equal to P cross E and tau is equal to QL into F by Q. That is E is given. E magnitude into sin theta is given. That is sin 30. So tau is equal to 4. Q is equal to how much we have to find? L is 22 centimeters. That is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meters we can write. So 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meters into E is also given, electric field. This is electric field, not the P value. This is electric field is given. So electric field is we got 2 into electric field is 2 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton coulombs, and sin 30 is 1 by 2. So 2 and 2 get cancelled. Here 2 and here 2 get cancelled, 2 jar. So 2 is equal to Q into 10 to the power of here minus 2, here plus 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. So send this 10 power 3 to that side. You get Q is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of minus 3. This is nothing but 2 millicoulombs. Charge is equal to 2 millicoulombs you will get. So like this we have to solve when the angle, electric field and length, dipole moment length, this is called as a dipole moment length. Dipole moment length is given, okay, and this is torque is given. You have to find charge, okay. Whenever this kind of is a given data, what is to be find? Formula, then calculation, you get the result. These steps should be involved in every problem to get the result, okay, right. Next, okay. Next, we have 18th problem. Now 19th question. 18th and 17th are covered in one solution only. Because 18th is asking formula torque is equal to dipole momentum cross electric field. So that is a formula that. And 19th question we have. 19th question. So he has taken a sphere. This is a sphere. This is a sphere. And in this sphere, what he is taking is the radius of the sphere is taken as 10 centimeters, and there is a charge at a distance of 15 centimeters. Now there is a point at a distance of 15 centimeters. At this point he is asking what is the electric field. What is the electric field at that distance? 15 centimeters. And the charge on the sphere is Q is equal to 3.2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 coulombs. Minus 7 coulombs. Okay. So, and we also know the K value. K is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, that is equal to 9 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton meter square per coulomb. Per coulomb square. Okay. So we have to find E. E is equal to, what is the formula? KQ by R square. KQ by R square. So this is the value we are going to take. Of course, this is radius R. So this is D. So we have to take here D square. So K is equal to 9 into 10 to the power of 9 into Q is how much? 3.2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 upon D square. D square means this 15 square. So what we have to write? 15. This is also written as 15 into 10 to the power of minus 2. So 15 into 10 to the power of minus 2 whole square. So this calculation part you have to do. You will get nearly value. How much you will get means 1.28 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per coulomb. 1.28 you will get. You just do this calculation. Okay. Right. Next 20th question. Question is like this. Here one wire is there. There is a wire. This wire is a conducting wire. This is having some charge on this wire. Now this having some charge on this wire. Okay, and this wire is converted to a circle. This wire is converted to a circle, and it is now this is A, this is B, and this is D point, and this is C point, suppose, and this is K. On this AKB, a charge is placed. Okay, and this ACDB, on ACDB, what is the effect of ACDB at the center is asking. Center is O. Okay, what is the effect of ACDB effect at the center? What is the effect of ACDB at the center? He is asking. This is the effect he is asking. So AC is present. AC is present here, and BD is present. These both charges will get cancelled. This is AC and this is BD. Both get cancelled. AC and BD get cancelled. They are equal and opposite. Get cancelled because equal and opposite. They are equal and opposite. So they get cancelled. Next, this CD is there and AKB is there, and CD effect is seen on AKB on this point, and AKB's effect on CD is seen in this way. Okay, so in the direction of OK, the CD is showing effect on AKB. In the direction of OK, in the direction of OK, CD is showing its effect on AKB. In which direction the CD is showing effect on AKB means in the direction of O to K. The line is drawn from O to K and CD is showing its effect on AKB like that. So this is the situation. Okay. Right. This is the 28th question. Next question. And the first question. There is a semicircle like this. This is the center O. Now, what is the effect of this charge on this semicircle? Okay. So, we can find this charge, this electric field we can find. But he has given the charge density, linear charge density is given. Linear charge density. Linear charge density is given, that is lambda. Linear charge density is lambda. So we have to write that dq is equal to lambda into dl. dq is equal to lambda into dl. Okay, and we know that dE is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into dq by here what is the radius means radius is a is given as the radius, okay, a is given as radius, so a square into cos theta, this is the dq formula, dE formula. dE is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught dq by a square into cos theta. This is the formula for dq, dE. So now you just substitute the value of dq here. What you will get? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into lambda dl by a square into cos theta. But dl is equal to a d beta. Okay, suppose this is the angle. Suppose you take this is a right angle triangle. In this is a theta, d theta. This is a dl. Okay. So theta is equal to dl by a you will get. dl is equal to a d theta you will get. Okay. Actually you will get theta is equal to d theta is equal to dl by a you will get. Cross multiply. And you will get this formula. Okay, so substitute this value here. What you will get? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into in the place of dl you are getting a d theta by a square into cos theta. Okay, now you have to integrate this. You got a small value. Now you want to get the sum, total sum you want to get. So integrate this d on both sides. So these are all constant, you keep it aside. Integral dE, where to where you are going to integrate? Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. This is minus pi by 2. Here this is pi by 2. Okay, you are going to integrate from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay. At this particular value, E is equal to 0 at this particular point. So we split that into two parts. Here to here one part, here to here one part. Okay. So 0 to pi by 2. This is nothing but 2 into integral 0 to pi by 2 into dE. Into dE. Like this we have to write this one. This integration is equal to this one. Okay. Actually our integration is 0 to pi is 0 to 180 degrees. If you write on the protractor, what you will get here, this 0 means you can take this as 180 degrees. This is 180 degrees. 180 degrees is nothing but pi only. So I am writing this one as 0 to pi by 2 and again 0 to pi by 2 I am taking. So that's why 2 into this 0 to pi by is nothing but 2 into 0 to pi by 2 into dE. So you substitute this value, dE value we already got this much, right? So you substitute here integration. So this is nothing but E is equal to 2 into 0 to pi by 2 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. dE place you substitute what is there? Lambda by a into cos theta into d theta. Cos theta into d theta is there. So cos theta into d theta is there. So what is cos theta into d theta? You will get sin theta. So this is equal to E into this 2 1 ja 2 2 ja cancel. So lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught a into sin theta over 0 to pi by 2. Sin theta integral over 0 to pi by 2 is 1 because sin 90 1 minus sin 0 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. So overall you get E is equal to lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught a. This is on semicircle. Electric field due to semicircle on at point O. Okay, so this is 0 degree to 180 degrees. Right, like this we can find out the value. Next. Now 22 problem. So what he is asking, there is a cube. There is one cube, and a charge is placed at one of the edge. Charge is placed at one of its edge. So whenever it is placed at one of its edge, what happens? Here, how many cubes can be placed at this edge? Side 1 and up 2, and here 3 and down 4, right? And another 4 on the symmetric side again, right? So for example, we can see this charge is shared by 8 shared edges. Okay, that charge at that point will be shared by 8 shared edges. Top 4, bottom 4. This 4 in the top, and in the bottom also another 4 will be there. So total 4 plus 4, 8 are shared by this charge. 8 edges will be sharing the charge. So the charge value decreases by 8. So now the net charge will be Q by 8. Q by 8 is the net charge. Q net. Net charge is Q by 8. Now, how much charge is going through the phases? This is one phase, this is another phase, this is another phase, and up 1, down 1. So total how many phases are there? There are 6 phases. 6 phases are there. So the net charge, now electric field through phases, all phases, is equal to Q by 8 epsilon naught. Q by 8 epsilon naught. Like this you can calculate. And next here, 23rd question if you see. There is a sphere. Its charge enclosed, that is electric field out of the total surface area is E is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Now the radius of the sphere is increased, doubled. This is R radius. Now it is doubled to Q. R is equal to 2R now. Now the radius is doubled to 2R. If radius is doubled to 2R, what is the electric field he is saying? After R changes to 2R, what is the electric field he is asking? So electric field will not change. E dash is equal to E is equal to Q by epsilon naught. The electric field remains same even though radius is doubled. Electric field is not depending on the radius of the sphere. It is independent of the radius of the sphere. So radius of the sphere is doubled also. The electric field remains the same. That is Q by epsilon naught. Okay, like this. 23rd question completed. Next. Next question. So there is a 24th question. There is a cylinder there is a cylinder. The electric field enclosed at this A, and I am taking this as C, I am taking this as B. So phi A, this is phi C, electric field. A cross C is phi C. Electric field across A is phi A. Electric field across B is phi B. Total electric field, that is phi A plus phi B plus phi C, is given as phi. Total electric field is phi. Total electric field according to Gauss law is Q by epsilon naught. Q by epsilon naught. And he has given phi B is equal to phi. Now he is asking to calculate phi A is equal to how much? But this is a circle of radius r, this is a circle of radius r. These two electric fields must be equal. So phi A is equal to phi C. So here you substitute in the place of phi C, you substitute phi A. What you will get? Phi A plus phi A is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Phi A plus phi A is 2 phi A. 2 phi A plus phi is equal to Q by epsilon naught. But I want 2 phi I want. So phi you take to this side, become minus. So 2 phi A is equal to Q by epsilon naught minus phi. Cross multiply these two to this side, what you will get? Phi A is equal to 1 by 2 of Q by epsilon naught minus phi. So phi A is equal to 1 by 2 of Q by epsilon naught minus phi. So this is our answer for 24th question. Right? Next. Now 25th question is like this. There is again a cube. There is a cube and the charge is placed, a total charge enclosed by the cube is, the total charge of the cube is Q by epsilon naught. Is a total charge enclosed by the cube. So he is asking the electric field through phase, any one phase. So total how many phases are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 4 lateral faces and top and bottom 2 phases. So total 6 phases are there. So 6 phases are there. Now this charge is distributed along 6 phases. So we have to write Q by 6 epsilon naught. This is our answer. Okay, it is divided by the 6 phases. Each phase is asking the charge along each phase. Each phase. The electric field along each phase is Q by 6 epsilon naught. Okay, like this. Next, sometimes this can be also written as like this. Phi along each phase is equal to multiply 4 pi numerator and denominator. Q by 6 epsilon naught into 4 pi by 4 pi. So this is equal to 4 pi Q by 6 into 4 pi epsilon naught. So like this also we can write.